What do you think about marriage?
Well, I ain't gonna say nothing bad about marriage because I want all young boys to get married.
That's what we want truth.
But the truth, but the truth is this: don't rush and do it. Don't rush. You ever hear the people say, "If you rush the brush, you waste the paint"? Take your time. Take your time. So you think when the right person?
Do you think that's the reason for why like enough of the marriages and stuff breaking up so fast?
Yeah, because a lot of times people, you know why? Because people don't marry. You should marry for love. Period. Not for the money. If you marry the woman because she got a lot of money.
She look good.
Oh, you marry a woman because she look good. Afterwards, that look good can change, you know.
You get to a
34. Wait, it's 34. Right? After time that has changed.
Age kick in.
Right. So and if then you start seeing somebody completely from who you had, you start thinking, let me get out of here, right? So no, you take your time, and you will know when it comes to you. I believe in true love, you know. I believe that there's somebody for you, like a soulmate.
You believe it's for me?
Yeah, for everybody.
For me?
But check this out. But the person
wherever you is, that's your face.
Now here we just said wherever you is, and it's like I know that's a good line. The person for you might be living in Cuba, and you never meet them. And listen to what I'm saying. You get married to number one, you get married to number two. Nothing is working. But if you ever meet that person as your soulmate, you ever heard of people that were married like 50, 60 years? The man died at 4 o'clock. And the woman died at 7, they'll go on the same day or they go the same week. That's real.
That's true love. Yeah.
That's true love.
So you believe in love at first sight?
That could happen too. That could happen too. But even though it's love at first sight, that means you're running, put the ring, put your hand, quick. You understand? No, you need to take time to know her. There's a song like that. Take time to know her. Spend some time together, quality time. You know, listen.
Don't walk away from love.
No, don't walk away from love. But if it ain't working, walk away from it, because you can always find somebody else just as sweet as Marlene. Now I just said Marlene, but I ain't speaking about nobody in particular. So no, because I don't want to hear that.
That's so Marlene.
Yeah, I said I ain't even know a woman named Marlene. But it's better to walk away from love than to shoot everybody in the house. Cause some fellas go like,
yeah, you'll be a customer after
they shoot everybody in the house. No, leave the house. Even if you go and live on a rock, so you can find somewhere to live.
There you go.
Maybe change my plans this evening.
Listen, they say it's better to fight and run away, because it gives you a chance to fight another day. Let me tell you what I mean by that. If you walk away from the situation in the house that's very tense, you stand a chance of either fixing it or finding somebody new. But if you pick up a gun or a knife, your life finished. You can go to jail and be somebody. You don't want that, right? You don't want that. So I'm just telling you.
I don't want that.
Take your time, buddy. Take your time. Take your time. You'll be just fine.
So tell me a little more about the escorts and all that. Cause that was way before me.
Oh, the escorts.
Troubadours and...
Yeah, I recall the escorts the crossfire of their time. Because we used to play all over Barbados. I mean, we went in spots. These make spots just for me to play in there. And people coming from all over the country to hear the escorts. We put up signs like, "Who been looking good, good looking?" Remember that one?
No.
And they got all right. You're looking on YouTube and tunes like "I Man Bitter" and "I Man Dread." Them tunes. And then we had one, "Ask your mother for 6 months to see the new giraffe with wrinkles in she body and dimples in she asked my mother for 6 months," right? That was another. So people used to come in front. We used to rehearse in Richmond Hall, St. Thomas, and people would come from all over the island to hear the escorts. And when we got on trying to clash with bands like the BRC and the Troubadours and things at the time. And then there was a famous duel between us and a band from St. James called the Checkmates. Right? I think the guy that used to sing, his name was Russell Ben or Ben Russell. They used to mix up the two names. But he was an excellent vocalist. I think he passed recently. Right? But it used to be some great battles between the escorts and the Checkmates. Down at Trent Social Center. Trent still there? Right, Trent Social Center. We used to go there. So it was Trent Social Center, St. Thomas Social Center, up in St. Philip, where the bike come from. All of it there we used to play, man.
So you could tell us anything about Jackie Over?
Yeah, Jackie, that's a good question. When I was a youngster, just starting to wear long pants, I went into Bridgetown with a friend of mine who was older than me. He used to take me out because I couldn't really get away from the house. I was a little boy, you know, very little. The family don't let you out of the house too often. So we were on Broad Street a Saturday morning, Saturday morning, and we saw Jackie Opal over across from Cape Shepherd. Just stamp the alignment. And I remember the guy said, Stuart, look, Jackie Opal, come on, take you over and introduce you to him. He took me over to Jackie Opal and said, Jackie, see this little man here? I can put you on you, man. And Jackie Opal, without missing a beat, I remember it as clear as I said, bring to Drill Hall tonight, because that's where the Troubadours, he's the same with the Troubadours, and that's where they were playing. But I can go to Drill Hall, you know I can leave for him. I barely in town. So that never happened, but that's my memory. So I was fortunate to meet the icon at that point, and I think he died in a car crash not long after that. He was gone. But let me tell you, I read in a book that was written by a guy called Timothy White. He was writing a book on Bob Marley. And when I was reading, it showed a part that Bob Marley said he used to stay at home and look in the mirror and imitate Jackie Opal, the movements of Jackie Opal, the late great Bob Marley. So that would tell you what kind of influence Jackie Opal had in Jamaica, because he lived in Jamaica for a while. He was in Jamdown for quite a few years. And I think he said he used to sing with the Scatolites. He was the lead singer of the Scatolites. So Jamaicans know Jackie Opal very well. It's the Bajans that now got to catch up with the icon.
The name of that music was?
Spooch. The one that he invented was Spooch.
No, I mean these Scatolites.
Right, Scatolites were doing ska.
Ska.
Right, and Jackie Opal was
then
one.
That evolved into?
It went from ska to rock steady,
and then
to reggae. Then reggae went to where you guys got now is dance hall, right? And who knows what it can come in next.
Skin out.
Skin out. Yes, sir. So evolving. So I was talking to Marlon earlier, and maybe we were looking at the song I'm working on called "Thank You Jesus," and we're seeing what we can do to bring back the spooge, or maybe move spooge to another level with the same kind of development that reggae had. So, you know, like you said, it was ska, rock steady, right? So maybe we can give a spooge to. You got a name?
Sponge.
Yeah. You understand? So so that
wash the car.
Yeah, but that's that can happen.
It's all suck you in.
It's all the music. So I turn to the youngsters to decide what to come with, because you know the young boys. I like the youth because they have fresh ideas, you know, and that's why I like to work with them, because they got fresh ideas and they can gel and put everything together.
We can keep up with the young boys.
Oh yeah,
for sure. You can testify.
First of all, I have to, because my son is like 35 years old, and right now he's handling my career, right? But the same music that they listen to, I listen to. So when they come and tell me about Beanie Man and Sizzler and them first, I just know who they're talking about. Plus I'm on the internet, so you know.
You put YouTube too?
Oh yeah,
my Facebook?
I on YouTube. If I on Facebook, of course. If I on Facebook, of course. I on Facebook and growing. I joined Facebook about, I think it was a year or 2 years ago. I didn't want I resisted it.
So I mean that's how you're gonna be tweeting and all that?
Yeah, man. Oh, I got Spooge Man. I also got that I'm at Spooge Man. So you can find me on Twitter, that's right, my brother. If I keep it up, sure.
So in terms of performances, right, if you was to hold it like on local soil, where do you think the next place will be?
That's a good question. I hope that it would be like something big, like at Kensington Oval. That's the only place I haven't performed. I've done the stadium, all it, but the only place I haven't performed in Barbados is Kensington Oval.
Not even the old Kensington Oval?
Not even the old Kensington Oval. And with the Escorts, we played all over the country. But at the time, Kensington was never open up for local artists like that. You had to come in like, who was there? I think Stevie Wonder was down there at one time. And Ivory, I think, opened for him. But I never had that opportunity. So that's one of the places that I would definitely like to.
So that's on the agenda for 2012.
Yeah, working on everything. I ain't just dial, I mean, work it out. Yes, that. I ain't dropping by the saying, no, I got to keep it going. It's important. I was in this business from high school. I went to the Modern High School, which is, I think, defunct now. Modern High, you know, you didn't even know Modern High School.
Modern High School would be.
Put up some of the best.
Yeah, that's the street.
Louis Lynch, yeah, Louis Lynch. Modern High School, that's why he went to school, and that's why he met a lot of guys like Michael Cheeseman. You know Cheeseman?
Yeah.
Who was one of the greatest guitarists out of Barbados, right? At that time, he didn't go to the Modern High School, but his brother Ian, who was a good drummer, a great drummer, went to the Modern. I talk about your Chief Justice. They might just become your Chief Justice. His name is Marston Gibson. You understand? Gibson used to come over with Modern and play bass. He's a bassman. And he also jumped me in New York with my band when he was living in New York City. Now he's the Chief Justice of Barbados. You understand? So the music never stops, man. It just connects. That's where the talent. Everybody. Talent is the greatest equalizer, man.
Everybody utilizing it.
Everybody shared it, man. Talent is important. You got the talent, you can do things. And the thing is, it's not always about the money. Money is important, don't get me wrong. But you want a self-satisfaction of feeling that for the time that you were here, you achieved something, or that you even helped someone along the way.
So talking about that, right? How you see that in terms of like locally, right? You pushing a school, you think that it's where it should be, or it's a lot more that should be done?
Well, I'm thinking that all the youngsters now with all these ideas, you know, I got these 2 days in the house and thing, and all the youngsters, that they should jump on it. But it belongs to, it is ours. So the guys should jump on spooge and move it to another level, man. Y'all can do it. Don't be ashamed of the beat. The late great Jack Hillville created it. We can then take it. It's like if your father is rich and got a business going. When he died, he passed the keys on. You really gonna do let it like sink? No, you're gonna expand and right. So you do the same idea with the music. So I can do what you gotta do, and then when I'm gone, y'all do what you gotta do. So, you know, I'm here for the beer. Once the beer is gone, I'm gone too.
I go like banks.
Yeah, banks. That's right. Well, speaking of banks, your true banks there. So you know, banks is really from Guyana.
Yeah.
All right.
I actually only learned that recently,
but Barbados embrace it as their own.
How much you could drink? 1, 2.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
1, like 2 if I had a good one. I'm not really drinking. I'm one of those guys that will sip a little something, but I don't drink. Yeah, I'm a social drinker. I was gonna tell you that. You see, we hope Bajans embrace banks. The Guyanese embrace walk away from love. They think that I'm a Guyanese.
So you're trying to say that our song was more received in Guyana than it was in Barbados?
Bigger in Guyana than in Barbados. To the point where they used to call it the Guyanese national anthem. You understand? You can't get bigger than national anthem.
You went Guyana, is it?
No, that was see. This is my race. A good question. I haven't Guyana yet, but I'm planning. I'm talking to a number of people because I want to see if I can go there with a tour, so that the Guyanese people can see the man that wrote their national anthem. When I say national anthem, I don't walk away from love. Not the national anthem, but that's what they call the song. It was so popular. So I'm hoping at some point that I can tour Guyana. I'm talking to a number of people.
You solo or you other persons or something?
I was thinking that what would be a dream come true is to actually go there with a Mali Eddie Grant. You understand? But Grant is a native son of Guyana. So to go there with him on the shore, I think would be massive. You understand? And then they would really get a chance then to see, so that when they hear me now, they would go, oh, that Bajan guy, Shirley Stewart, he ain't from Guyana. I love the Guyanese people, I ain't got nothing against them. I'm just saying, I'm from Barbados.
They said be honest.
Yeah, as a Bajan.
Are you Shirley, man?
Yeah, it was a pleasure hanging out with you guys, man.
So you can drink a beer or you can't handle that?
I drink a beer, I drink a rum. What have you got? Let me leave it at that for somebody put something out. Yeah, that's how I roll, man. Pleasure. Peace.
We out.
Out. Hey, wherever I am, whether I'm in Brooklyn, in Queens, in Manhattan, whether I'm in Barbados, as we call it BIM, I'm locked on to Scene TV. Peace.